everybody, this is FB Brody, and I'm back after a little bit of a break because I've been really busy, and I rented a sim. I haven't shared this information with very many people in the last month, mostly because I didn't know exactly how I was going to arrange everything. I knew I wanted my shop in its own area, and I kind of wanted a place where all my friends could be. Whether or not I was fully opening the club there or leaving it on mainland was still up in the air, really. So, but yeah, I rented a sim. I figured out how to make this work financially. There's two different things about this. You know how in one of my previous videos I was saying that I had 11 premium accounts, and then those premium accounts are paying for my mainland with their 1024s. That locked me into having mainland forever, and I really was having trouble with, how I felt about mainland, and I didn't have a lot of privacy control over it. I didn't own the whole sim, and even if you did own a whole mainland sim, you still have people peeping in from other parcels and other sims over, and I mean, my stalkers and trolls even managed to buy up land right next to me and in neighboring sims just so they can peep over and look on the map and see where I am. I'm not kidding. I've actually had someone do that. And if you know me, then that story is not surprising at all. So I had a quarter of a homestead last year, which just for myself to live on and play with and stuff, and it was really expensive just for that. But my friends and I had a lot of fun. So I think that this decision came after two things happened. First of all, I figured out how to trade my mainland to someone else, and that will help subsidize paying for this sim. And then another friend of mine had a sim, just got a homestead too at the same time, and I was uber jealous of the way she had the ground level set up, which is pretty much what I did, only on a larger scale. This is just a little island in the sim. There's a couple little ones out there, even with a Stonehenge on it, and the rest of it is saleable. I mean, you can put a boat in here, run around your own damn sim, and people can swim and get on inner tubes and all that, but that's just for us. And this big beach here, it's not covered with a lot of stuff, and there's a reason for that, because I like to work. And this would be a lot better than having to work in a white box, which I've always done. If I lose a prim out here, well, I can see it in the sand pretty good. There's nothing around. I'm liking this a lot. Not much down here, but this sim used to be a kinky prison sim, so I'm dealing with a lot of people popping down here looking for the old prison, and my orb will tell them that it has moved and move them on their merry way. And this is down ground level. I will teleport up to the little town in a second, but I wanted to make sure my shop had its own area. And I debated at first to put it in a box of its own, just a box. And that, my customers would only see that little landscapey area. And then I'm only dealing with 5,000 prims. This is what you get on a homestead. And I'm thinking, I can't populate a whole town and my own private place and my shop all at once. So I did the best I could, and I'm only using half my prims right now, not even half my prims right now. So I'm doing pretty good, but I'm a prim miser. I had made a video before running around the sim on a motorcycle when I first got the roads laid down and stuff, and I shared that just with my friends on YouTube and did not make the video public. And so I was going to go up there and run around it again on the motorbike because I've changed a lot of things since that video was made. And what else? Oh, I'll just give a tour of the place without blabbing through it, and then add blabbing when I need to. This is where the this is where your my landing point is this little square, and I figured that away if I do end up advertising this section of the sim that people can res here in this little box, and if I've got the rest of it closed for whatever reason, they can land here and like see the announcement signs or whatever. And if they're banned for any reason, they might get shoved out to this little box, and then we can figure out what to do. They can figure out what to do to get unbanned or whatever. This was an idea that I've seen on several sims. I thought I would try that. And right now, yeah, I have it off because I'm still trying to figure out 2 or 3 things what I'm doing. My shop is open, which is, where do I shop? Shop is over there in all its glory, and I just got some new walls. I might be putting walls up, like little stone walls. Okay, this will be the riding area. I'm gonna go around this sim, and this is the only bike that I have ever had that I can keep on the road without wiping out, and I'm gonna run around it real quick as a riding tour, and then we'll talk about some of the stuff again. Alright, I wanted to discuss the little bit here about the difference between banning someone in an estate and banning someone in mainland. On mainland, it looks like this, and you'll have your ban list coming out here. And everybody that lands there can actually look at the ban list, which is not really handy or private or anything, and you only get 300 people that you can ban that way. My orb is busy banning these people temporarily right now from that kinky prison I had mentioned. So these won't really be the ban list. The real business is going on in world, region details, access, banned. And this show you that you can get 500 people on this one. This is comprised of people who have been banned here from people who owned it before me. My landlord had put a lot of the bots on here, the known bots, but I have an extensive list of bots that I might be putting in here as we go. But nobody can see this list on the estate that just happens to visit here, and I got 500 of them guys. Plus, I'm not even near it. Whoever lived here before had banned people, and some of those people hadn't logged in like since 2008, so I can get rid of those people. They're probably not likely to come on anymore, and then start new. There's a lot more people. And on this, if you ban somebody, you say add, you ban them, let's see. So you ban somebody. Then you're asked if you want to ban them on this estate or all estates. You want to say this estate. So they are only banned on your sim and not all of the sims that your landlord happens to own. What if the person actually lives on there, rents from them too? You'd get in trouble. And I've been told you can lose your estate rights for doing silly stuff like that. So I just ban them from my own, and they end up on this beautiful list that nobody else can see but me. And that was the difference in happiness there. Another fun thing I was going to show everybody in region estate is that you can send a message to everybody in the region, like I just did. I did eat, shit, and die, and then it actually makes it show up down here in the corner. I can't move it, and I actually have to say okay to it. So then it also you can send one person home, you can send them all home, or there's also where you can well, I'll just give the tour from that point. This controls the textures of the land as far down as you can dig, or as high up as you can make a mountain. Those you can control your wind light. You can restart your own region, which I've never been able to do. I love it when people go, oh, did you restart the region? I'm like, how do you do it? You know? Yeah, now that I have an estate parcel sim, I can restart my own region and all that. Well, I hope some of that helped some people, even though it was more of tooting my own horn than it was informative. I'll get back into the groove of things now that I have got it up and running. Take care, everybody.